Get some last second shares in here, everybody. Share it out to the networks. We're Mike the Bear fan. Bear fans, gosh, you guys coming off another victory. Good for you.
Gotta grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you can do the same thing too. Get this thing going. NFC North Open Mic with your host, Main Event Mike. Let's hit that countdown. All right, here it is. It is time. Jeffrey Addison is present and accounted for.
Jeffrey.
Good evening, Rick. Put what team that you represent into the comments. Good evening, J-Mommy. It's the open mic. I'm going to throw the link into the comment. You're going to be waiting backstage while we get these roast posts out of the way.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the NFC North Open Mic. It is I, Main Event Mike. The producer, Russell Wayne, only lets me off my chain once a week, and that is tonight. So put your comments in, log in, come on in, be a part of the group, be a part of the conversation. Main Event Mike here with the maestro, Russell Wayne, here to talk about Week 10 in the books.
Boom.
Or is it 9? Or is it 9? No, it's Week 10, right?
No, it's Week 10.
Week 10, forget about the bye week. Week 10 in the books. 3 teams in this division, 1 this week, 1 lost. Be sure to head over to our YouTube and subscribe if you haven't already. It is at Main Event 365. Also follow us on Facebook, Detroit Lions Village Squad. Also, you can follow me personally at Main Event Mike on Facebook as well. Go ahead and do that. We'll wait. Okay, now back to the show. We're going to start this week like we start every week, aren't we, Russ? With roast posts.
Yeah.
I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick.
Ooh,
Mean, The greatness. That's right there. Right there. All right. So
That's
there we
Muhammad
go.
Ali, right? That's a
That's
good
Muhammad Ali.
introduction. That's a good introduction for a roast post. This one comes from Wayne B. Fox, who says, where are all the haters who laughed at the Lions taking Jahmyr Gibbs at pick 12? Please check in. Yeah. Well, no, they're hiding there, Wayne. You know they're not coming out.
They're not coming out. They don't want they don't want to answer to that.
Jay Henderson, here's a little bit of roasting on the Packers here. One of my favorite things. This is becoming a familiar picture. Welcome to the basement bomb shelter. Just tank the season. Y'all done.
You're finished. That sounds like Melvin should have said that the way that you said that. Like
probably somebody stole Melvin's post. That's what happened. This one is author unknown. I think this might be a Russell Wayne original here. But we talk so much shit during the off season.
Yep, that's where they're at, man. This is going to be like a Packer roast fest right here. I don't know. There we go. We are.
Go ahead.
My quarterback.
This one comes from Brett Brightonfield. Only a matter of time. You've thought about it. Some of you are calling for it. Is it Sean Clifford time? No way do they put in Sean Clifford. I don't think. We could talk about that on this show this tonight.
I say more dumb things before 9 a.m. than most people say all day.
Get used to it, folks. Put it in the comment. You got a roast post, something you want to say, let us know. We're going to kick it around. We're going to have some fun tonight because it's Victory Monday, folks. This one comes from Chris Benton. Packers game was crazy. Refs costed us the challenge. And here's Lions fans when anyone complains about the refs. If you're going to complain about the refs, you're going to get roasted by this meme right here forever for the end of time.
That's right. That's what I got to do. I got to track them all down, but here's the truth.
When you go to knock on Dan Campbell's door, he has, looks like he just got a vasectomy.
Right. I mean,
60% of the time, it works every time.
Anchorman there? That's a little Anchorman reference. Sideshow Bob. Oh, wait. Christian Watson has worst catch percentage in the entire NFL at 42%. And that fro got to go, too.
Oh, you don't like that, huh?
No. Can you put that back?
Oh, you want that back? You want that fro
I'm
back?
trying to figure out who he looks like. He looks like Ben Wallace and Jamal Charlo had a baby. Next.
Oh my God.
Listen, I wouldn't say Jordan Love, but the offense in general. Are you getting frustrated with Jordan Love? Now, wait a minute. You don't have the, main event Mike. No. No.
All right.
I am not frustrated with Jordan Love at all. My answer is no. What was your answer, Matt LaFleur?
That Matt LaFleur's answer? I don't know. No, we didn't hear him. We didn't hear him. We'll have to get back to that later. It's hard for me.
No, I heard it.
Oh, you did hear it. Okay,
I did hear it. You should put it back on. I want to hear it again.
Oh, you want to hear it back? Oh, you want to hear it again?
What do you say about it, Matt LaFleur? Are you frustrated with Jordan Love?
I have to find the. Oh, here's the clip. Okay. Well, so that's from Matt. That's direct from the source. Matt LaFleur in the house. That's right.
Love it.
Man.
We got robbed of a touchdown, Brad Van Pay says. Matt Ramage replies, why did they bring former refs on to analyze these? They never disagree with the refs. This was a bad call. I don't care about the angle. The field has yard markers for a reason. Again, you are complaining about the referees. Stop it. I realize you've had 30 years of winning, but stop it. You're embarrassing yourselves.
You are. You really are.
Now, look, this is a roast, but it is also facts, okay? And I love factual roasts. That the Bears traded Khalil Mack for a second-round pick and traded a better second-round pick for Montez Sweat. Also, Khalil Mack wanted $23 million, and the Bears said, oh, you're crazy, and they traded him. Then they wanted Roquan Smith. He wanted $20 million. They said, oh, you're crazy. They could have kept Mack for $23.5 million. Instead, they chose to pay Sweat $24.5 million. They also could have kept Roquan Smith, the leading tackler in the league, for $20 million. So I think Montez Sweat's a great player, but I'm sure they overpaid. If you disagree, think I'm crazy, put it in the comments. I know there are still Bears fans around because you are honorable people.
That they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
Wrong one, but that one still worked right here. But this is the one I was looking for.
I was never in this for the money. But it turns out that the money was an absolute necessity for me.
Yeah, so that's what Sweat was saying right there. He's just like, listen, you can have me, but you're gonna have to pay me, okay? All right.
Right on.
So this is actually good news here. I don't call this a roast post right here.
The NFL changed their header from Taylor Swift to Vikings QB Joshua Dobbs. I think everyone approves of this because the NFL, the fans are just screaming to get Taylor Swift off of their screens. They are here for football. They're not here for pop queen drama.
Right.
You serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I mean, it was and that's for real. That happened. That
Can you go back to that picture for me?
the picture?
Yeah, look at Josh Dobbs. He looks surprised, but because he has no eyebrows, you can't tell.
Come on. That actually fits right into this next comment anyway. You're gonna have to read all of this.
Paul Merkel, the legendary troll, says today's word of the day is without a doubt humbling. Detroit fans, are you guys ready to learn what this word means? I think I'm going to go ahead and throw the word karma out there also for that low, dirty tackle from Hutchinson on Jimmy G. It's going to be a comical day for anyone not a Detroit fan. If I'm wrong about this, it's only because I'm off by a week, but I think it's going to be back-to-back karma and humbling experience for these overconfident Detroit fans and team. Side note, Mr. No Eyebrows Dobbs ain't the one, Minnesota fans. No win for no eyebrows. Green Bay fans, all I have to say is, oh, great. Me roasting all the teams in the division.
What are you talking about, Paul Merkel? You think that the Lions fans are overconfident?
There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious.
Okay, well, I guess maybe we're a little overconfident, but we haven't been good in a minute.
Right. And he put that out before the Chargers game thinking we were going to lose. Next, Eric Benson. I think he's a Green Bay fan, and he's always putting out good roasting. We lost, but all I got to say, I'm so dang proud of Love. He's showing a lot of spark and heart. He's going to be something special soon.
Wow.
Love hurts. Love scars.
Yes. I get where he's going with this, though, Russ. I mean, the kid doesn't look horrible, actually. He looks like he could be a real good NFL quarterback someday. You're about to choke on that, aren't you? You don't like that.
I don't like that.
The first tight end in NFL history to have 10-plus reception, 125-plus receiving yards, and a touchdown catch, all in a single half of a game. TJ Hawkinson was on fire against the New Orleans Saints.
And that's where I was supposed to put this one.
That they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
I'm sorry, but Braveheart is far too good of a movie to waste on TJ Hawkinson.
But he's got the long hair, and he kind of looks.
Russ, you can't win them all.
Viking.
You can't win them all.
Okay, all right. I'll try. I do my best. Okay.
Braveheart was not a Viking. He was a Scotsman.
Well, okay. It was a broadsword, at least. I don't know.
Yes. TJ Hawkinson, 11 catches, 134 yards, and a touchdown. He did have a great game. Kudos to Minnesota Vikings. Boy, they get their sixth win, right? Sixth win. By beating the New Orleans Saints 27-19. And, the Lions get the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans coming up on their schedule as well. Kind of a nice little peek. I mean, the Packers beat the Saints. The Vikings beat the Saints. I thought the Saints would win both of those games. I was also thinking that maybe the Saints would be a game the Lions could lose. But now that they've lost to Minnesota and to Green Bay, I feel like the Lions are going to roll that game too. What do you think?
I think they will. I think they will too. But I think that you're going to have more fun answering this question right here.
Whatever happened to that Green Bay Nick guy and Robert Bertana? Good question, John. Well, John, what we've learned, here's what we've learned. It's like a UFC fight, and the Lions have been on the bottom getting the ground and pound for 30 years, and we've had to learn to fight from the bottom. Now that we're on the top and we're grounding and pounding, they're all tapping out, John. They're done. They don't know how to fight from the bottom. They're spoiled, and they've gone into hiding. I personally take personal responsibility for chasing some of them off for sure.
I say more dumb things before 9 a.m. than most people say all day.
That's me. The Green Bay hat on.
Hey, but you know what? One Bear fan that has never swayed. One Bear fan that has been here even on the 1-5 Bears. We got Bear Down Mike right here. Welcome to the program.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to the program, Mike. Good to see you. Still basking in the glow of that Thursday victory against Carolina. You're no longer alone in the basement. We are all rooting for you to overtake Green Bay, to come in third in this division. You liking your team going forward? What are you thinking? I'm looking at your schedule, man, and this is what I wanted to do today. I want you to predict for me, Mike, how many wins do the Bears get in the remaining 7 games that they have? So we'll go down one by one. Are you ready? You just say win or loss and give me a reason why. Okay, you ready? Next game at Detroit.
Loss.
Why?
Because I believe Justin Fields is going to be rusty. He hasn't played in a while. I think our run game will be great, but that's about it.
Okay, nobody's been able to run in Ford Field this year, but your running game is at least fully healthy, and your pass rush came alive last week. I think you're definitely going to have a chance in this one, but you've got that as an L.
Yeah.
Next one is at Minnesota.
I think it'll come down to a field goal. Someone say a win.
You're going to give yourself a win on the road against the Vikings.
Yeah.
I like it. Next one will be at home against the Lions.
I think it's going to be a loss.
Oh, I thought you were going to pick a win. So you think the Lions sweep the Bears this year?
I think you guys will sweep us.
Okay. All right. I respect you. I respect that.
Next
Next one's
go
ahead, Mike.
No. You want to get a reason.
I do, and I'm a ding dong. Go ahead. Sorry.
The only reason is because Goff has got a pretty good arm, and we don't know what the weather's going to be like come that game.
Mm-hmm.
If it was just like Carolina game, and it was nice out. I was supposed to go to that game, and I sold my tickets.
Oh, yeah. With David Montgomery making his return to Chicago behind a really great offensive line, we should be able to run the ball on Soldier Field, a place he knows well. And you've got, your Bears taking a loss both games against Detroit.
Yep.
Hold on here. I put W in anticipation because I thought you were going to say you were going to win the home one, so I jumped ahead. Here we go. Next one is hard for you, Mike. It's the Bears at Cleveland.
Oh, their defense is going to destroy us. I say no.
Okay.
I mean, look what they did to Baltimore.
Next one is home against Arizona.
That's a win.
Even with Kyler Murray now?
Even with Kyler Murray.
They're just not a good enough team to come in as Soldier and beat these Bears. The Bears are playing a lot better. Answer that, Russ.
Yeah.
It's probably Bill the Packer fan on line one.
Yeah, right.
Next game. The Bears at home against the Atlanta Falcons, who are in all kinds of disarray.
That's a win.
That's a win.
That's a win.
And then the last one at Ford Field North, Lambeau Field for Green Bay, Chicago, after the embarrassment they gave you on opening weekend. Do we get a little revenge here in Lambeau?
That's a win.
All right.
We're going to run it down their damn throats.
So you have the Bears going 4-3 down the last 7 games, Mike. You're currently at 3 wins, so that would give you 7 for the year. If it plays out the way you've predicted, would you be happy with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. As long as Justin shows he's the guy. If he's not, like, I'm still, I don't know. Like, he had 2 good games. That's it.
Yeah, you guys only won 3 games last year.
4 games is going to show if he's going to be a Bear or not.
There you go. I like that. And if he's not, are you okay with Tyson Bagent going forward while a new quarterback develops?
I think they keep him just to manage the game. They don't give him anything really difficult. I think
Right,
they try to
right.
play it safe too much.
Right.
But I do like his progressions, going through his progressions. That's the only thing I like about him.
He does seem to do that better than Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Right. And the
Yeah.
kid can run. I like the kid. He won 2 games at home since Justin Fields has been out.
2-2.
Yeah, he's 2-2 as a starter. So definitely that's what you want in a backup quarterback is if you have a 4-game stretch where your starter goes out, you want your backup to be able to win 2 of those games. That's, how you measure it in this league, they say. That comes from what's his name? Pat Kerwin, former NFL executive. He always says, if your backup quarterback can win 2 out of 4 games in a pinch, then you've got something good. So there you go. Put it in the comments, Bear fans. Tell us, does Bear Down Mike out of his mind? Is he spot on? How close is he? He's got the Bears going 4-3 down the stretch with getting swept by the Lions. Let us know what you think about that. Russell Wayne, you got any thoughts on that?
Not really. I mean, I hit my thoughts up. Hold on a second right here. We ain't got much in the comments, so I might as well come in and join the show. You guys are more than welcome to jump onto the show. I did throw the link into all of the comments, whether you're watching on Detroit Lions News, the YouTube channel, Mike the Bear Fan, his channel, the Villain Squad. And thank you for Mike the Bear Fan. He's been throwing out our NFC North. He's been promoting that page for us. So make sure that you go like these because it doesn't cost you anything to do that. Right. But my thoughts are that the Lions are really good, and it has nothing really to do with what the Bears could or couldn't do. Is like to me, the Lions are done answering questions. We don't answer questions anymore. If we're the Lions, we'll win. If we're the Lions, we'll win. If you guys answer some questions, like if you guys can handle Penei Sewell and our fierce running game and, being able to go toe to toe with our offensive line for 4 quarters, then you have a shot. But other than that, this is the type of team that if we play our game and play Lions football, then we don't have to answer any questions.
Lions have 8 games left on the schedule. They will be favored in 7. Against Dallas, we expect Detroit will be an underdog on the road against the Dallas Cowboys. So maybe then, Russ, I mean, I love what you're saying there. We don't have to answer questions anymore because we've established it's all about what are you going to do to stop us, right? But I think Dallas in week 17 or week 16 is going to be an exception to that rule. What do you think of that?
I mean, that's fair. I mean, we'll have to see what Dallas can do because I think that the Lions' strength of schedule going down that stretch is much easier than Dallas's. They still have to go and play Philadelphia again. They have some tough games on the schedule, and they may be 2 or 3 games behind us by the time we even play that game. So I don't know. You could be right. They could still be favored in the game, but I think that we'll have a better record than them.
Right. They get Kansas City next week.
Yeah.
So, right.
With you guys playing Dallas, I think that's going to be a lower score game than you guys play the Chargers. Dallas has got a much better defense.
Much better.
That's going to be a game to watch.
Yeah. And Dallas is red hot right now.
Right.
Dak Prescott's lighting up. But look, he's playing a bunch of chumps, right? Last year they beat us, but we were winning at halftime. And that was before we even got hot at the end of the year. So,
and the Chargers ain't chump defenses. That's still Joey Bosa and Cleo Mack on the other side of that. I mean, and this is, and Derwin James, like these aren't chumps. This ain't some chump.
They were rated ninth in the league overall.
Yeah, they only got 1 sack on Bajent. That was Joey Bosa.
I mean, they were minus Eckler for 2 or 3 games. I think that really hurt their offense on a couple of their losses. But this is a good Chargers football team, and I expect them to have a winning record by the end of the year.
Right. And next week, of course, Chargers go into Lambeau. So let's talk about that. Chargers in Lambeau. We just saw the Chargers up close. Tough loss to the Lions, but that's a tough one if you're the Chargers. You're going on the road. In Lambeau, Mike, the Bear fan, what do you think? You like the Chargers in this game? I don't know what the line is now.
I think
the
they
Chargers
steamroll
Lambeau
Green
and
Bay. I think Chargers just roll right over the Packers.
Wow.
They
what about you, Russell? What about you?
I mean, I'm on the same path. The Chargers are on a downward trajectory. Jordan Love is not very good. He's making mistakes in the most critical moments, and really, you can play good for 3 quarters, but if you come down to the when the game's on the line, that's when you need to show up. You need to be more like Goff in that and completing 4th and 2s when the pressure is on like that. You can't be good 96% of the game and then shit the bed at the end of the game. This is a Chargers team that's going to need to get back to 500 in order to compete in a very, very tough division that they have a chance to win the division in. So they're going to need to win the game, and the Packers are just.
I think when Jordan Love needs to be clutch, he's not the clutch guy.
Not yet. He has had a couple clutch moments, though, this year. Last night, though, to win the game, he throws an interception when it's time to win the game. That's a young quarterback.
For the 3rd time this year, he has thrown an interception to close out the game for the other team.
And you can say that about Aaron Rodgers, any other great quarterback. Peyton Manning was even worse his rookie year. So in the grand scheme of how he looks, I see why Packer fans are encouraged. Right now, the opening line is Chargers -3.5. Against the Green Bay Packers. So if you guys are saying, right now we're going to talk about that in depth on Friday, of course, but just your early thought, Russ, 3.5, and you're the Chargers. You like laying those points?
In the chart? Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. I like the Chargers to get right. And Khalil Mack, ooh, man, he would love to sack a Green Bay quarterback. I think he's going to. I mean, I don't know, but they might be.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Okay. Well,
the
Macho Man chimes in right there. But no, I think the Green Bay is on a downward. They will be calling for Sean Clifford here 3-4 weeks if he keeps on losing games.
I don't think so. You're shaking your head no too, Mike. What do you think? They won't be calling for
You got to give the kid the rest of the season.
You do.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Put it in the comments. Let us know what you think. Do they give Jordan Love the rest of the season, no matter how bad he does moving forward? I say yes. Mike says yes. Russ says no, that this jaded fan base of the Packers is going to be calling for the backup quarterback because they're not used to
Well, they already
losing.
are.
Some are. You're absolutely
They're
right.
already calling for Clifford. But here's the thing is this isn't just a slight on Jordan Love. I mean, I do like making fun of the quarterback, but it is something about you drafted Sean Clifford in the 5th round too. What's to say you don't have the gold on the sideline already? So do you really want to go into the offseason and not know what you have in Sean Clifford? Or are you going to put all your eggs into this Love basket? It doesn't look very good so far, guys.
It's my quarterback.
It just doesn't. So, I mean, I'm not trying to, make somebody's confidence go down or something. But I mean, I want to know what I have in Sean Clifford. I think that's a pretty good quarterback. He might even be a better quarterback.
The only way they do that is if they know Jordan's not the guy. Then you go to Clifford.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying right now. I'm saying if he loses, let's say he loses 4 or 5 more games, right? And you're staring 10 losses in the face, and you're sitting there and you're like, man,
I get it.
Yeah, see what you got.
Yeah, you're totally swaying me too, Russ. In the fact that you've got a good team. You've got a team that can compete right now if you had good quarterback play. So why not pull this kid and put Sean Clifford in and see what happens? You got nothing to lose on the trajectory you're on, except you might shatter Jordan Love's confidence.
I think that's over and done with.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, the guy's been. This isn't like a rookie. This isn't like you put Joe Burrow out there and he shits the bed and then you have to try to pull him. I mean, you invested a 1st-round pick 10 years ago on him. I mean, come on. I mean, you sat behind this offense on the practice squad, learning this offense for 4 years. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. You're not a rookie.
No.
You're a 4-year veteran.
You can be an inexperienced quarterback and not a rookie.
Okay, well, CJ Stroud has no experience and he's lighting the NFL up. I'm sorry, this is a win now league. I don't care about your feelings, Jordan Love.
It's a good point. It's a good point. CJ Stroud doing it arguably with less of a team than Jordan Love has.
So what if Tyson Bagent got a 3rd win? What's that say about Jordan Love then?
Right. That's a good call out.
You should answer the same damn question. I think Tyson Bagent's a better quarterback than Justin Fields. And you're going to start Fields next week.
Right.
So, I mean,
it makes me
I
think
got pros and cons. of both.
Mike, do you know who Pat Benatar is?
Yes.
It makes me think of Pat Benatar when I think.
I don't have the thing in here. You catching me.
Love is as bad as Fields.
I can't. I'll just put the Green Bay one up because it's fun. It's just more fun.
Good. Let the butthurt flow through you.
These guys, man, I can't believe it. Like you keep on saying the Packers fan base feels this way. I don't know. I haven't seen a Packer fan in 6 weeks.
Well, Steve is real. Yeah. Every morning is on an A-Dubs every morning. And you know what? You should be on every morning, too. It's Football Talk with Russell Wayne every weekday morning at 11 a.m. I'm there, too, but he keeps a muzzle on me for most of the show. Rightly so, which is probably why it does better than this show. That's 11 a.m. every morning with Russell Wade on the weekdays. It's a really good show. You should check it out.
See, but we have went and we've hit Mike's sensitivity button right here, and we're making him be more a little bit more sensitive. So this has turned into more like a couch therapy session.
Go ahead, Rose. I don't care. I want us to lose. I want this coaching staff gone.
Yeah,
but the thing is like,
right?
But Mike gets it, right? So the thing is like, we remember as Lions fans being 1-6, and we were on the show and we took it, and we took it, and we took it. And this is the fun part about doing an NFC North show right here, because when you're up, you get to be here pumping your chest. Now, Mike knows that Ryan Poles is a good GM, and he knows that he's going to be able to be on this show next year or possibly the year after that, pumping his chest, talking about Bears wins and everything. But the thing is, now we have all these Packer fans that were beating their chests that are in witness protection right now. When they come onto this show, we're going to have to catch them up to speed about the ass whoopings that they took on the way up to where they were in witness protection. You will have to answer to your sin, missing Green Bay Packer fan. Bear Down Mike won't. We can celebrate his victories every week, because he's here. Because
I'm not celebrating it. It's the Panthers. That was the most boring game ever.
I watched the whole game.
And
all right, I want to give you permission, Bear Down Mike, and I want you to look at it like this. Like, you have a 7-day pass, my friend. Every time you get a bit, I don't care if it's the first victory of your life. When you win a game, you can run around the streets of Chicago waving your metaphorical ding-ding all over, naked, run through, rub butter all over your body, metaphorically. But for 7 days, you get to have a party because it's hard to win in the NFL, and you got a victory, my friend.
See, here's the thing. Yes, we got the victory. It was 3 points.
Yep.
If I think Justin was in,
just like ours,
blowout.
Yeah, and you guys were losing most of the game. It wasn't until the third quarter that you took the lead.
Their offense only scored 6 points.
Mm-hmm. I watched that whole game. It was
so
it was tough.
I'm not impressed. Agent did what he was supposed to do. That's all about. I have to say.
A little off topic here, gentlemen. Do we have anything in the comments? Is anybody watching tonight? We have no one watching tonight.
Oh, we have plenty of people watching. They're just not super in the con. Oh, wait, we did get some people here. Hold on, I missed a couple people here. Brian says, worried about the last 3 games. If the Vikings steal the divisions, oh my God, it would be like the relaxed year from Rodgers.
Right. So last 3 down the stretch, Detroit, Green Bay, Detroit is what they have. If they win all 3 of those and they're within a couple of games, it's within the realm of possibility, Brian. They could do that. Yeah. And if that does happen, you're right. It would be a travesty to be stealing the division. Absolutely. Good call.
Here's the question. If Dobbs finishes out and steals the division, which I doubt it does, but if he does, would you rather sign him or Kirk back?
There you go.
We were on that today. We were hitting that this morning with Sarah. Sarah was she's just not a Cousins fan. But she's not really sold on Dobbs either. But you got the draft coming in. You get your guy in there. But if he takes you to the playoffs, man. But I'm not that worried about it yet. It bothers me because it lingers. But every time that the Lions have given me that linger feeling, they've overcame that. because we were out on the road and I was having that PTSOL feeling when they kept on tying the game. But, Dan Campbell outcoached him and did his thing. And, in the biggest moments, the guys showed up, and that makes me feel good.
I got a question for you guys.
I don't think Minnesota can beat us twice.
What's more important, you guys winning the division or going to the playoffs?
Winning the division.
Winning the division? Okay.
Because we've never done it since it's been the North. It's got to be the number one goal. And I think if you ask the coaches, that is the goal. That's the goal one for every team every year. Win your own division, because then it already takes care of the playoffs if you win the division. And we are hungry to win this division for sure. Gosh, I forgot what I was going to say. I had something really good. I guess I don't remember what it was. Well, anyway, what do we got next? John Slyman says, yes, jury is still out on Dallas, though. Corey says Chargers going to be beat the brakes off of Green Bay. Oh, I love that call.
And he did correct his own.
I speak, Corey.
For half an
hour. You speak, Corey. All right, Love. Okay.
Yeah, they'll keep him the rest of the year.
Yeah. I'm just going through here. I'm just.
That's a good call out, Ken, and that's one of the things for a young quarterback. The game needs to slow down for them. Maybe that hasn't happened yet for Jordan Love. Our good friend Jeffrey Addison, Love is there for the rest of the year. The Packers would have to admit they were wrong on many things if they bench him. Yeah, and a lot of their fans would be eating a lot of crow if they bench him as well.
I don't, but I'll chime in on that one right there. I don't think they'll have that much to answer to on that. I mean, maybe the fans do, because the fans always overreact and talk about how great it is, but there's nothing that says that they don't believe in Love, like giving him a 2-year deal that pays him less than the 5th-year option would have. So they did not give him a spoonful of "we believe in you." So if they do run a different way, I mean, all these people that think that like Love is the future, but they didn't believe that. Good guy. Yeah, he doesn't even believe that. He didn't do it with his contract. I'm out.
To answer your question, though, Bear Down Mike, I've had a second to digest it. I think what will happen with the quarterback situation in Minnesota is Kwesi will overpay Josh Dobbs. They will give him a bag because he'll do well enough down the stretch to get the fan base excited. They'll overpay, and that'll end up being a mistake because he's not an elite quarterback, or yet he's not anyway. I'm betting that he won't be an elite quarterback. I guess that's what I'm saying. Okay. Usually the people show out who they are. It happens every time. It fleshes out. Even Jalen Hurts, look at him now. You know what? Look at the pedigree. Look where he came from. It's hashed itself out who he is. And I think that's what we're going to see. We're seeing it with Jordan Love, right? He might be a good quarterback someday, but right now he's a quarterback from Utah State, okay, who barely plays anyone, never had any real competition. He's not physically imposing. And this Josh Dobbs guy, I think, is going to show what he is, a later round draft pick who had a good game and could forge himself a career in this league, but he's not the guy you're going to win the Super Bowl with. And I think Kirk Cousins is a guy you can win a Super Bowl with. That's just my opinion. Put it in the comments. Tell me I'm crazy. I dare you. What do we got next?
Right there. Scotty Reno says Vikings better not sleep on the Raiders. That's a whole new team now that they don't have shitty McDaniels there.
Yeah, they're playing hard for that coach.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's a good call. I like that call. That's a good call.
It's a real good call when you consider the Vikings' next 4 games. At Denver, home against the Bears, both of those winnable. Then they got at Las Vegas and at Cincy. And to Scotty Reno's point, they better not sleep on the Raiders because Antonio Pierce has won 2 in a row now as the head coach. He's got them boys playing. And
didn't the Denver
absolutely beat Minnesota? What's that?
Didn't the Denver Broncos just beat the Kansas City Chiefs?
They
Are
did.
we sleeping on the Broncos too? I'm just saying.
Well, the Broncos on 9
the Lions
points.
should sleep on the Broncos either.
Chiefs. Yeah, they have the Chiefs at 9 points. That's
Yeah,
impressive.
but I get what you're saying, Russ. Is you could say the same thing about the Denver Broncos, who they play this week, that they better not sleep on them.
Yeah, the Bills.
Yeah, yes, for sure. I think Minnesota, looking at this, looking at this division, all the games that are left, it seems to me that the Green Bay Packers have the toughest schedule of all of us going down the stretch. They got the Chargers, then they're at Detroit for Thanksgiving, then they got to play the Chiefs. Then they get the Giants. They should be able to win that game. But Tampa Bay at home is going to be tough for Green Bay. They're not going to be able to run the ball on Tampa Bay. Then they're at Carolina. That's another win. Then they're at Minnesota. That's going to be tough on the road. And then they finish at home against the Bears looking for revenge. So all of the teams in this division have a pretty easy schedule going down the way. But it looks to me like Green Bay and Minnesota has the hardest. There we
right
go.
there, Jordan says that I think that the Bears, who seen what Bajan can become, he thrown in all over his head. So let Fields finish to prove it was a year. Clifford should come in maybe the last couple of games if Love stings.
So here's the thing they could do. If Jordan Love shows up that he's terrible in the first half, play Clifford the second half.
Are you destroying your young quarterback's confidence, though? That's a no-no with some teams to do that.
Well, but you might be giving another young quarterback confidence.
It's his job to lose. If he's playing horrible, that's his job to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a business. I don't care about your feelings.
You don't care about feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Bestria Arndt says Montez Sweat was a beast, though, and I found myself glued to him when I was watching the game. Just my eyes, I just watched him on every play. He's so fast, so big, so strong. He was getting to the backfield. I don't think he got a single sack, but what he did do is he forced the play inside, and Justin Jones got a sack. He forced another play back inside, and what's his name? Ngakoue got a sack. So his presence was definitely felt, though it might not have showed up in the box score. But my question, Brian, is that worth $24.5 million? $24.5 million?
I think it is.
You let Roquan go for 20 because you didn't want to pay $20 million.
Did you see Roquan's interview though?
Right.
And this is a shot at us. This is a shot at the
Bears anymore.
He didn't want to play for the Bears because he felt like his career was going down the drain. He wasn't competing for a championship, so he wasn't going to sign either way. And the thing with Khalil Mack, we traded him because he was getting older, and the year prior he wasn't as productive.
No, but he is now. He went to the Pro Bowl last year, and you let him go because he wanted $23 million, and you wouldn't pay him.
He's getting older.
But now you go and give Sweat $24.5 million, more than both of those players. And I don't think there's even a question that those two players are regarded as good or better than Montez Sweat. I mean, you can't deny that. He is young.
Mac was hurt. You don't remember the club on his hand?
Yeah.
He was hurt a lot. So
he never was the same player in Chicago that he was in Oakland, was he?
Well, the first year was his best year.
Yeah.
His first game was against the Packers. He sacked the first play. He sacked Aaron Rodgers.
Daniel Newville. I hope this is a joke. If it is a joke, it's hilarious. Thank you.
Yes, it has to be a joke.
Yes.
No one would break that news to us like that. There's zero chance.
Brian says, I don't think any team sleeps on any other team in the NFL. No, but you know what we mean, Brian. Sometimes they're looking past them, right? There's no doubt about it that when they come out really flat because they weren't amped up for that game, that's a reality in the league. What were you going to say, Russ?
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, something about John Dorn's really not dead, I hope.
He's not dead. There's no way.
Sure.
He's talking about he's talking about his spirit on this show where he was talking all that shit. John Dorn, that guy was dead. He's dead. That guy.
I think John is actually that thing from Jeepers Creepers that comes alive every 18 years and lives out in the barn. So
I thought it was every 57
there's our resident Carolina Packer fan, Will Vogel. So here we have Bear Down Mike and Will Vogel. It's a rematch of last Thursday's game. Tell us, Will, what did you think about your Panthers? I mean, they were winning most of the game, and then they just couldn't get it done. What do you think?
Yeah, very disappointing. But you know what? I knew it was going to be tough. What?
Oh my God! This
one sec. Sorry, I'm at work. I'm very disappointed, but you know what? The Bears played a really hard-fought game. Bajent's a great young QB, but yeah, we were missing Brian Burns. Definitely, he could have definitely helped the team a lot because he is a bit a presence in our defense. Also, Bryce Young, I've said it all year. I wanted CJ Stroud in the draft. Bryce Young plays scared out of his mind every time he goes in the backfield. Like, yes, you can see guys like Kyler who can like turn around and run and like avoid people, but Bryce Young plays scared every single
The way
game.
he was throwing that ball, he looked like he was scared to throw.
Oh, he is.
Like he was going to make a mistake.
Even as a Panther fan, I've told, and I'm quoted on saying this on many shows. I wanted Stroud because he was stronger, he was bigger, he is the bigger frame, and Bryce just. Everyone says, "Oh, it's the O-line issues. Oh, it's the O-line issues." Yes, but also Bryce has to take accountability easily as well because the guys just need. I personally wanted at the beginning of the year. Yes, you normally start a number one quarterback in the draft, but I think you should have started Dalton the first few weeks.
Yeah. Maybe they should get some O-line guys who are smaller than him. Maybe he'll see.
Well, yeah. You know, you could have started Andy Dalton, but he's not going to grow any. Right, he's not going to get taller sitting on the bench.
That's the problem, exactly.
So if I get what you're saying, well, you think he's just too diminutive. He's just too small to play in the NFL. But I'm going to tell you, I watched that whole game, and I didn't hate Bryce Young's performance. The kid throws a great ball. He is accurate. He is an accurate passer. He doesn't look scared. You said he looked scared. I didn't think he looked scared at all.
I think
he almost threw 2 picks.
Yeah, that's every week. So did Bajent.
Bajent didn't throw any.
No, he almost threw 2 picks.
I don't know. I think most games of the year, I would say he looked scared.
But here's the thing. Bajent led a drive to score for a touchdown. Bryce didn't. But I will give this. They don't have the weapons for that kid.
No, we don't. You know what?
They don't have any weapons.
You know what? I actually agree
Adam
with you, Mike,
Thielen?
because we're making Adam Thielen look like a number 1 because he's a number 2 or 3 on any other NFL roster.
Yeah, well, I like the rookie out of Ole Miss, Jonathan Mingo. He's a big, strong receiver. But Thielen has proved to be his favorite target out there, and he's having a great year.
For Thielen. Yeah,
he's having a great year. DJ Chark's a good, capable receiver. He just gets hurt way too much. He's made of glass. He didn't even play in the game last week. So, Terrace Marshall. Everyone wants to call him Terrence, but it's like a porch. He's Terrace. He's out on the terrace. Terrace Marshall has not lived up. He had one decent year a few years ago, and ever since then, he's stunk. So, to your point, Miles Sanders, always an overrated back. No doubt about it. Not worth the money they're paying him. Never was. The day they signed him, I kind of laughed. I was like, you're reaching for that guy.
They should have kept
I've got to go in a minute.
Agreed.
I've got to go in a minute because I'm at work and my phone's about to die.
Oh, okay.
But I just wanted to say real quick, I didn't want Miles Sanders in the offseason because Chuba's having a better year than him. Not saying Chuba's the best thing in the world, but you know what? Miles Sanders only had one good year in Philadelphia. And I don't know what the Panthers saw in him and say, oh, we can revive his career. This guy's career is done. Like, in my opinion, he needs to go somewhere where he can be a backup. Like, this guy's not starter caliber in my eyes.
All right. Well, hey, Will, I know you got to get back to work. Thanks for being on the show. And you know what I love about you is you're a Panther fan, but when you ain't got the Panthers to root for, you like the Lions. We're your number 2 team, and we appreciate you very much. Have a great night, sir.
Number 2 team, but number 1 in my heart.
Oh, there you go. Have a great night, Will. Thanks for being on the show.
Yep, Jeff. Thank
Love it. I love that.
Hey, put that comment back up a minute ago that seemed real intriguing. It was, I didn't, while he was talking, I read it. You put it up. It seemed like a really good one. That's not it, but I like this one. Ken Fisher, Lions 14-3, Vikings 10-7, Packers 7-10, Wah, wah, wah. Bears 3-14. So, Ken, you don't think the Bears are going to win another game the rest of the year?
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
They got Arizona and Atlanta, Ken. Arizona and Atlanta both at home. I think they're going to win at least one of those games, but you're probably very close in those predictions. To think that the Lions could only lose one more down the stretch, I would assume maybe the Dallas game, and finish the year 14-3. I can't wrap my mind around it. As a Lions fan all these years, I've never seen 14 wins. So it seems like fantasy right now. It doesn't seem like reality. Let's slow the roll. Let's take it one game at a time. Next week, Lions Bears. Hey,
they're
it's
going to
war
beat
week.
Dallas, Mike. They're going to beat Dallas, Mike, and they're going to lose to somebody else. I'm telling you. Yeah, it'll be like New Orleans or something, but they'll beat Dallas as the revenge or something.
I expect our game to be at least competitive. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think anyone's looking
past
Chicago,
but just be competitive.
Because I don't like Tony Romo, man. I hate him calling our games, man. There's too much of his opinion on what I think it's gotta be. Look, I'm gonna draw on the board while the play's going on. Like, stop.
He's really good, though. He's good. He's smart. He's the things he says is salient.
Sometimes it looks really, really stupid because he's not even close, and then he tries to backtrack and say, well, because they came out in the isolated ISO form right there, that's why they did what they did, and I'm going back to tell you why I was actually right. We know some of those right people.
He doesn't deserve to be with Carrie Underwood, that's for sure.
So there's no one that can match me. My style is in.
This is actually War Week. The beginning of War Week.
War Week.
Because it's going to be Bears and Lions.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
The two most respectable fan bases in this division. Squaring off this week in Detroit. It's going to be a really, really good one. I believe that we left San Diego with no injuries as well, Russ. Is that right? That's the wrong slide.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, is it?
That's the wrong slide.
Shoot. This one is the one I meant. There
it is. There it is.
Yeah, I wish they would have fleeced out the Raiders Jets game and put you guys' game in that spot.
Yeah.
That was a shootout that I haven't seen in a while. That was a great fight.
Be sure to tune in every weekday at 11 a.m. for Football Talk with Russell Wayne. And on every day is a specific day. On Tuesdays, tomorrow will be PFF Tuesday, where we review the entire division, all the best players' performances as determined by Pro Football Focus. We actually pay for a subscription to PFF, so tune in so we're not wasting our money for that subscription. And don't forget, on Fridays, it's predictions and lock picks. In case you do gamble on NFL games, you can tune into our show on Fridays and get good advice from Russell Wayne, who, by the way, picked 12 games this week, and he had an overall record. Are you ready, Russ? 8-4.
Come get some.
Now, wait a minute. One of those losses was the Detroit Chargers game. Because it was a push. They won by 3, exactly what they were favored by. So it's not really a loss. But when it comes to the world of betting, it's a loss.
So let's just take the push ones out because I wouldn't have lost money.
You can't. Yes, you would have.
Would I have lost my money on that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Never mind. See, I don't know the gambling. See, I don't actually gamble. I don't gamble, but I have
Which is why you're good at it.
But I have a lot of fun picking these games against the spread. So yeah, if anybody wants to tune in for that, I will pick all of the games. I'm usually pretty good at that, gauging where the teams are. We've been following these teams a lot for the last couple of years, like all of the drafts and everything like that. You know what I mean? Where you just kind of like, you're looking at all these different players that you want on your team, but they go to different teams. But after 3 years of that, you kind of know these players,
right?
You know, you kind of know who
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just because if you know the injuries and the trends, how the guys are actually playing, and elements and those things, take them into consideration. You can usually gauge.
And
but they
haven't in the show. We're about to end this show, but we're bringing in Steve is Real. He's a Green Bay Packer fan. But before we bring him on, I wanted to finish what I was talking about there. So Russell last year picked 13 out of 18. Last week, he technically went 8-3-1. But in the betting world, that comes out to 8-4. Still, that's 66%, folks. That is by far and away better than any of the handicappers in the world predict. That's very hard to do.
And Justin Fields' completion percentage.
And so 8-4. Be sure to tune in on Friday mornings to get the picks if you plan on gambling this week, because Russell Wayne has got the inside scoop for you. Steve is real. Yeah. Welcome to the show. We've only got a few more minutes because there is a game tonight, and that game is the Denver Broncos at the Buffalo Bills. Yep. And I'm going to kick it over to Steve is real. Yeah. Steve, do you like Buffalo -7 at home, or do you like Denver to pull the upset and cover?
Well, that's a good one. I mean, my friend Paul, he's a Bills fan, and
it's funny. My friend Bill is a Paul's fan.
What's the point spread?
7. Buffalo is given 7 points to the Broncos because they are at home. The Bills are at home.
I kind of like Denver with the points,
Wow.
just because of the points.
Wow. Russ and I both took Buffalo and laid the 7. Mike, the Bear Down Mike, what do you think?
On Buffalo, laid the 7.
Okay, so 7 points. I also, Buffalo up and down. They seem to play up to their competition and down to their competition. I think they're going to try to get right this week against Denver. I'm really looking for Denver to suck because I can't stand Sean Payton. Go ahead, Steve.
Don't they got a couple? Buffalo has a couple key guys hurt.
They do, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah,
they're the Matt Milano linebacker out. Tre'Davious White, the CB, out.
Micah
Hyde is out. They're hurting. DeMar Hamlin should win comeback player of the year. I don't even care what kind of year he has. The fact that he died on the field and came back and played, he deserves that award, folks. I know somebody had an ACL and they come back, but did they die? Did they actually die on the field and come back and play the next year? You get comeback player of the year. That's my vote. I don't care what anyone says. I also like Buffalo to cover the 7 tonight. They are on the way up. Steve, while we got you here, we still got about 4 minutes left of this show. I want to go over the Green Bay Packers remaining schedule and have you predict win or loss and why with each game. Are you ready?
Yes.
Green Bay this week will play at home against the Chargers.
Loss.
They play the following week on Thanksgiving in Detroit.
Loss.
They play at home the following week against the Chiefs.
Loss.
Okay, here we go, brother. At the New York Giants.
Win.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
I thought he did say loss. Okay, at home against the Buccaneers. That's a tough one.
I'm going to give us a win on that.
Buccaneers in Lambeau, a win. And then at Carolina Panthers.
I'm going to say win.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Then you got 2 games left at Minnesota.
Minnesota will win that.
Okay, and your last game at home against the Bears.
We'll beat the Bears.
All right, so that means 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you got your squad going 4-4 down the stretch. You currently have 3 wins, so that would bring your win total to 7 for the year.
Yes.
And in Green Bay Packers history, 7 wins is not to be celebrated, correct?
No.
So it's a down year. No Packer fans are happy with 7 wins.
Well, no. I mean, no, they won't be happy with the wins. I think if a real Packer fan should be like me, like I was on the earlier show today saying, if we can see some promise with this young team. Like Russell was saying to me, am I ready to give up on Love? No, I'm not. Love's got to learn. This is his first year. I know he's been in the league for 4 years. He sat behind Rodgers for 3, but this is his first actual plan. He's got to learn. He has to learn the mechanics and everything else. Like I said earlier, I think, with his eyes, and he's throwing the ball down the field. I don't think he's looking around the field because, defenses, they look at the quarterback's eyes. And I think because like in that game against Pittsburgh, I saw, like you and I discussed weeks ago in the Denver game, we saw guys wide open, and what did he do with the ball? And this is the thing that I think he has to learn. I mean, he can't be focusing. See, I played quarterback in my time growing up, and you can't be focusing on one guy. The defense is going to read your eyes and know. It seems like when he throws the ball, the defense is going to be right there. When he threw that ball to Musgrave in the end zone yesterday, Wicks was wide open over in the corner of the end zone. And the same thing with the last play. I saw Dobbs wide open, and he threw the interception. Love's got to learn. I want to say this too. I'm going to at least say it's going to be at least 4 or 5 years before we're relevant again.
Wow.
I say more dumb things before 9 a.m. than most people say all day.
I know what Goody's doing. I know what he's doing. And now, did you guys see? We just released a player today again.
Who's that? I mean, I did not hear that.
Yeah, that Enos Gaines, the guy we just brought up yesterday.
Who?
The safety.
Who?
I know, right? Exactly who. But they released him.
That's the guy they got to fill Brian Branch's spot. I
love you guys. I love you guys.
Right on.
I mean, I don't know. I'm going to say I appreciate your guys' shows. Like I was saying to Russell earlier, all you guys that do these shows, Russell, Mike, Jeremy, if he's out there, Bear Down Mike, JT, Sarah, you guys make the mornings fun.
Oh, man, thanks so much. Man.
You do. I mean, there's times I'm sitting here and I don't say nothing. I love listening to you guys at times. I mean, you guys crack me up.
Oh, man.
There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is...
Thank you so much for that, Steve. That makes us feel great. And right back at you. It's good to have good Packer fans, good Bear fans, good Viking fans that can dish it out and could take it. You know what? Don't be a sis. Don't be a wuss. Come back every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern time and join us for a little smack talk. It's kind of toned down a lot now because the Lions are dominating this division. I do expect to see Minnesota Viking fans in here next week, however, as they have now gotten to 6 wins and they are knocking on the door, nipping at our heels. It's going to get really interesting. 2023, one of the greatest football seasons I've ever witnessed in my life so far. And I mean that. Look at last week. 5 games decided by a last-second field goal. Kudos to the league. Kudos to Roger Goodell for building parity in this league and building the level of competition is so even week to week. There are only a couple of bad teams now in the whole league. And this league is so much fun to watch. They've built a 365-day a year. It's a great time to have a podcast about the NFL. We started over 2 years ago, and we're still here. We're going stronger than ever. So please follow us on Facebook if you haven't already, Detroit Lions Villain Squad. Also, the group is called Detroit Lions Main Event. We just reached over 5,000 in the group, and our YouTube is at Main Event 365. For Bear Down Mike and Steve is real. Yeah. And the Maestro Russell Wayne, I am Main Event Mike, saying God bless each and every one of you. Peace out.
Peace out.
Bear down.
Yeah. Good stuff. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the broadcast. It was fun mosh pitting with you. We had fun. This is the nightcap. Russell Wayne's nightcap, taking you all the way up into Monday Night Football. Is that Monday Night Football going right now? They doing that thing? Yes, that's starting right now. Well, if you have a minute, if I still have your attention, 15 people that are still on here. There you go. Here's the YouTube. I'm throwing it into the comments right now. If you're listening to me right now, if you pop over there, that would be awesome. If you could pop over there, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. If you could do that. If you could do that. If you're listening to me. Yeah. If you're listening to me. Throw your predictions for tonight's Monday Night Football game. Monday Night Football game, and that is your Denver Broncos versus the Buffalo Bills. Who do you think's going to win? You can put that in the comments. As soon as you're done subscribing to that YouTube channel. You're a football fan. You a football fan? You have to be a football fan. If you can hear my voice, you are a football fan. Love that. Have some fun. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
I was never in this for the money. But it turns out that the money was an absolute necessity for me.
There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious.
RESPECT. Put some respect on my name. Jared Goff. I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time.
Life is not that complicated. You get up, you go to work, you eat 3 meals, you take one good shit, and you go back to bed. What's the fucking mystery?
%60 of the time, it works every time.
What's up, y'all? This is Ifeatu Melifonwu, safety for the Detroit Lions. And I just want to take some time out to give a big shout out to Russell